It's 6, so I'm just waiting to go in. I got my private laboratory test results back, which showed E. coli, which is normal. It's normal to have E. coli in the vagina. It can cause problems, so I'm hoping they're going to give me... Actually, I'm already on treatment for that, to be honest. It's probably gone by now. So I sent off the test a week ago. So the only remaining problems are thrush and enterococcus. And the enterococcus, I need a different antibiotic, I think, to amoxicillin. It just didn't really work. And it gave me C. diff symptoms, so I'm hoping they'll give me a pivicillin or something like that, which will be good. So, I mean, this appointment will just be to redo the swabs. I'm not quite sure what this appointment's for, if it's just a check-up or to do swabs or an assessment, I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm told. But it's very, very warm. Like, I have never actually ever been this hot in my entire life. I really haven't. So yeah, it's very, very warm. Yeah. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Dealing with things one thing at a time. Yeah, dealing with things one thing at a time. But it 100% makes sense why the pivicillin is what's made my symptoms better, because it's targeting the E. coli. So I don't think it was the enterococcus. It was 100%. It was the E. coli that was causing the issues. Yeah, 100%. So since I've been having these symptoms for over a year, the whole time it was the E. coli causing it. And I only just found out about that today. So, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Because that's now dealt with. And then the other two things are fairly easy to treat now. I mean, so I should be given the all clear, really, in terms of, I mean, Dr. Kazan already said to me last week, he was like, you're clean. I think he actually said that to me as well 4 months ago, you're clean. Which having E. coli wasn't exactly accurate, but I think it's all but nearly gone now. So, once the E. coli, enterococcus, thrush has gone, which should be, hopefully, by the end of the week, I shouldn't be having any urological symptoms. I have also, good news, been given all clear from BV. I don't have BV anymore. I didn't have it when I arrived last Monday, so when I was on the... the treatment for that was the clindamycin cream, which Dr. Maloney prescribed me, as well as I did have 2 weeks of metronidazole, and I've also been using BioFresh pessaries and lots of different types of pessaries, so I no longer have BV, which is incredible because I was diagnosed with that in like summer 2024. And another good piece of good news in this report is that they've detected lactobacilli, which means that the probiotics I've been taking for 7 months have built up a detectable amount of friendly bacteria, which will help ward off infections. Yeah, God forbid. I had Klebsiella. Oh, and then we've got to think about the Pseudomonas as well, because I don't know if that's been treated. And I think gentamicin would be the only thing that's going to treat that, to be honest. So there's still a few things to get through. But God forbid, I was afflicted with Klebsiella and E. coli at the same time. I was prescribed amikacin, tobramycin and gentamicin in January of this year. Then I went to the A&E department at LGI and they said we need to target the Klebsiella, so we'll give you a week of doxycycline. Doxycycline, lo and behold, does not target Klebsiella. It does not target Klebsiella. So yeah, it's just absolutely unbelievable how long this has taken to get resolved. I just can't quite believe that I've made it this far, to be honest. But definitely today, all clear for BV. Definitely got the lactobacilli, which basically means I've got an army of friendly bacteria soldiers who are working alongside the antibiotics to ward out any parasitic pathogens that have invaded my body. I don't know how they have. You can get E. coli from food though, it can be contaminated food, so it could have been something like that. Lo and behold, I just do not know. I really do not know. But anyway, I'm very pleased about the BV. That's a huge, huge relief. Because that was really stressing me out. So potentially the BV's gone, as well as probably the E. coli, to be honest. Probably well on its way out, because I have been on pivmecillinam for a week now, and that targets E. coli. So it also targets Klebsiella, so that would have gone completely now as well. But like, the important thing to note here is that I'm not just like an infected, diseased, individual. Every woman has E. coli in the birth canal. Every woman has Klebsiella. Like, not every woman, but a lot of women have these bacteria in the, birth canal, microbiota they call it, and then in the gut microbiota. All of us have, when you could read an article about Klebsiella and it's like so-and-so died of Klebsiella, so-and-so died of E. coli, it's very well known that these can cause life-threatening illness, but they're also fine in low amounts. So I just need to keep reminding myself of that, because sometimes going through this journey, this microbiology journey in the last year, I'll be honest with you, I've begun to feel really, really like diseased and like really awful for myself, like not, I don't know, just like pathogenic, and it's not the case. It's literally like an imbalance. It's literally like we all have a baseline level of bacteria and then defense bacteria, and if you go through trauma, or you stop sleeping, or you get sick, or you're in a bad environment, or you have a difficult labour where you're catheterised, especially like, I do think that when you're pregnant, you also have a higher risk of catching cystitis, for example. And then if you have a hospital birth and you're catheterised, that's breeding ground, and you're cannularised, it's a breeding ground for bacteria to enter your bodily cavities. So, for whatever reason, I just my defences just really gave up. They packed up and they went home the last couple of years, because I just didn't have any lactobacilli last November whatsoever when I did that day test. There was no positive friendly bacteria there at all. It was completely undetectable. And same goes for the digital microbiology test I did in March. Nick emailed me and said we didn't detect any lactobacilli at all. So that's just evidence it does take minimum 5 months of taking probiotics daily for you to see any improvement in your lactobacilli. But yeah, it's all just down to imbalances, I don't think a lot of it is down to like hygiene, or even like intimate partners, or poor medical practices. I don't honestly even necessarily think it's down to those things. I think a lot of it is just down to like stress, poor diet. If you're not getting the right nutrients, if you're not eating the right things, then you're not putting that gut friendly bacteria in your body, then it won't be there. So yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely, and I've come up with a plan. I think in terms of my own monitoring of this situation. So last November I spent £140 on the day test, which showed the likelihood of BV imbalanced birth canal microbiota. Then I spent I think it was like £140 at Focus Laboratories in January, which showed Klebsiella pseudomonas enterococcus. And then I spent £250 at Digital Microbiology in March, which showed Gardnerella for the first time. In fact, no, it wasn't for the first time, because in November it showed it, but it was like 180,000 CFUs. Like, it was a serious problem, and I went all out. Like I said to Dr. Maloney, you need to sort this out for me. This is not okay. This is not okay. I cannot have had 180,000 CFUs of Gardnerella for the last 2 years. Like, you need to sort this out for me. And I just used the clindamycin cream, and that's obviously completely worked, because I've been tested all clear for that today. Because that can lead to infertility and like really bad pregnancy issues. I mean, sometimes it doesn't. Like, some nurses will say it doesn't affect pregnancy. It can lie dormant in the body for years, but I've heard it can cause fertility issues. So that's good news. And then I just spent £95 again at Focus Labs, which gave me the results in the report today. So it's about 250, 350, 450, 5. So about £600 in the last 6 months on trying to deal with my urogynecological issues. And I reckon to have full confidence that everything is fully back to normal, I want to buy I think it's £250 test from Digital Microbiology for the birth canal, because that shows up, it's more detailed, it shows up more pathogens and then the exact amount of that pathogen in the birth canal. Just for the birth canal, not for the bladder. And then after that, there was one other thing I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I know. So then what I want to do, just to finish off this whole urogynecological journey we've been on this last year, I want to spend $250 on an American test from an American laboratory. These are all laboratories recommended by Bladder Health UK. They're called GenZX, and they do a dual vaginal urinary test. And they screen for like 60,000 pathogens. And I want to do that test and it to come back and literally say, we have not detected any issues. I wanted to say, you've got friendly bacteria, all of my urinalysis is normal, no trace protein, no trace blood, no leukocytes, no epithelial cells, no erythrocytes, all normal. And then no pathogenic bacteria above the threshold of 10,000 CFUs. So there's always going to be bacteria. There's always going to be bacteria. I can't emphasize that enough. There will always be bacteria in your pelvic canals, always. But you just don't want it to colonize. You don't want it to colonize the lining, because that's what happened with me. What happened with me, 100%, is that at some point last year, my levels of E. coli, both vaginally and in my urethra colonised above 10,000 CFUs. And what was happening is that the gynae infection was, as Nick said, was the E. coli from the gynecological cavity was spilling over into the urethra, and then that was what was causing the urinary tract infection. 100%, because what else could the piperacillin have been? It is 100%. I don't think it was cystitis cystica. Well, it probably was, because that was what was E. coli was causing. But yeah, so got to the root of that. But anyway, so that's my plan. And then at that point, I will have like the documents to prove that I am clean. I am clean, and then it will be evidentially backed. And that will be a very good day. And it's been a very educational journey I've been on. I've learnt a lot. I've learnt an awful lot, which I can use for the rest of my life. But the main thing I've taken away from this journey is to do with the microbiota. You need to make sure you're having prebiotics, probiotics every single day, because that builds up your natural defences in your gut and also in your other pelvic organs, and it creates a defence against, infection. That's it. And that is also, you can also do that by eating a good diet, a balanced diet, with lots of kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, yogurt, and I don't really think there's much more you can do apart from that, to be honest, when it comes to this issue. I mean, I don't really know what more you can do. So, yeah, it's good that we've come to this, because the thing is, it's like people laugh, but like I'm in the ward at the moment with another patient, and she's come in the bed and she's like wailing all day because she's having gynecological pain, and it's no joke, like it's no laughing matter. Like when you're going through that, I mean, I had pain for like from summer 2023. I had pain. Yeah. Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah. Hi. I'm coming.
Hello.
I am just coming over with you now.